What is going on, apes? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler, and in this video, let's go over everything you guys need to know. We're going to briefly talk about the technical analysis because we are looking for a further breakout to the upside over $48. That is what the technicals are telling us. But let's go over the Ortex data, the stock O tracker as well, because we are going through a little bit of a gamma squeeze or a gamma push, it does look like today. But that is not even very important. Let's go over this margin call situation because, as we do know, margin calls are set to start going out intraday on September 1st, and then we do see the requirements for the accounts at the DTCC going from $10,000 to $250,000. So we're going to clear the air on what is going on and why I do think margin calls are potentially starting to go out today. That is very important to understand. These are only my opinions, though. I am not a financial advisor, not a financial planner, or your dad, so ultimately take in this information, come to your own conclusions, and do what you guys want to do with this information. But also, there is some key data points that are coming out on Friday that revolve around the overall economy, but this may give AMC a boost as well, so we should talk about that also. Drop that like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification bell so you'll be notified when these videos are uploaded. You definitely do not want to miss out. Now, let's get straight into the technical analysis. And as you guys can see, this is the stair-step-like motion that we want to see for a continued breakout to the upside. We are hitting higher highs, meaning we go up, we come down a little bit, or higher lows, I should really say. We go up a lot, we come down a little bit, not as much as we were previously. So we are confirmed in a bullish uptrend. We are looking for this breakout past $48, and I do think coming tomorrow and Wednesday, you're going to see these margin calls really start to kick in. You're going to see some of the smaller shorts actually start to cover, but at the same time, you're going to see potentially trading algorithms pushing the stock up, but also you're going to see new shorts coming in to replace the smaller shorts that are being forced to cover due to all of these regulative things that are going on in the overall market, which don't always just pertain to AMC, but to the broad market overall. And as we do know, those are the margin calls that are starting at September 1st. That is the new requirements for the accounts at the DTCC starting on September 3rd, which is going to be Friday. So I do think that requirement for the DTCC accounts, which if you guys think about it, Citadel, JP Morgan, all these different large entities probably have 20 to 50 different accounts each. So that is potentially millions, tens of millions, or even billions of dollars overall that is going to be sucked out of the market. If that money is unavailable, they will have to free up some money if they are highly over leveraged on AMC stock, with the need for the third party custodial collateral being held in third parties. That is going to really hurt the shorts. They are going to have to come up with this money. Possibly the only way to do that is to unwind on these AMC positions. So I do think you're going to see this uptrend throughout AMC. Today, obviously, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll probably see a red day like we typically see on Thursday, and then we will see another strong green day on Friday. That is really what I expect. Next week is going to be very important as well, as all of these new rule changes that are being implemented will be in full effect starting next week. So I do think we're setting up for a bullish next couple of weeks, heading into even this monthly options expiration date, which is on September 18th or 17th, which we will talk about later on into the video. So we did have volume for the day of 108 million. So definitely looking good. That is an increase from Friday's 72 million in volume. So watch for that volume to continuously pick up. Watch for about 150 million for volume tomorrow, and hopefully another 5 to 10% positive day. We did close the day at $43.34, excuse me, up 6.10% in regular trading, up 0.02% in after hours trading. So looking good right there. Price action is looking good. Volume looking good. Watch for the volume to go back into the stock. Potential downside, you're looking at this 50-day moving average, which is $41.53. We will get some support right there if we do happen to come down, but watch for this breakout over $48.34. That is really going to be crucial. And then coming at $50, we will have a little bit of resistance, maybe psychological resistance, maybe, you know, market makers, hedge funds, whoever is behind all these calls don't want to see the large amount of calls that will go in the money at the $50 strike. So I do expect some level of rejection probably on Thursday at this $50 resistance level. Now let's move on to that. We have a lot of other things to cover in this video. The stock O tracker data, we are indicating we have 40,693 calls that are currently in the money. We did see a lot of these go into the money today. So all in all, this open interest controls about 4 million shares. So you're seeing a bit of a gamma boost today, but not necessarily a gamma squeeze. And a gamma squeeze, if you guys are unfamiliar, is about a 10 to even 20% move in the stock. We were up about 12% at one point. People have a misconstrued conception of what a gamma squeeze is, going up hundreds of percent. That's not always the case, guys. So just keep that in mind. But we do have out the money calls at 99,000. 29 out the money calls. So definitely have a potential to see even more delta hedging that is going on from the hedge funds and institutions. Next week is going to be pretty docile on the option chain. Only 16,000, almost 17,000 for open interest or for in the money calls. And then for out the money calls, you're looking at 43,000. But this monthly options expiration date, we're looking at the potential for a massive gamma squeeze with already seeing 123,221 calls that are in the money, 250,000 calls that are out of the money. Puts, you do have 338,000 that are out of the money and 32,000 that are in the money, but a lot of these puts are very far out the money. So you're going to have to see a big move to the downside to actually see some delta hedging to the downside, which just means shorting stock into the open market to basically hedge out for these puts that would run into the money. So I don't really think that is going to happen by any means necessary. There's just so many puts that are out of the money and virtually none that are in the money because they are so far out of the money. But I do expect a gamma squeeze to be coming on this monthly options expiration date. If not a gamma squeeze, a full out monstrous gamma squeeze, you're going to be looking at some volatility nevertheless. Now let's get into the Ortex information. 17.28% short interest percentage of free float. So definitely looking very high still. Even after this rally going from $38 all the way up to $48, we did see some shorts covering, like I said, the smaller shorts, but you're seeing shorts coming in and replacing those shorts. The short interest hasn't moved around very much at all. You are seeing 88.4 million shares that are currently sold short, which is a very large amount in and of itself. Out of the legal float we have of 513 million shares that are supposed to be outstanding, 88.4 million of those sold short is a very large amount. Not even to mention the FOMO buying you're going to see, the day traders coming in and the hedge funds and institutions that are always looking to make a quick dollar that are going to buy into AMC stock. The sky is really the limit here. Now, the share utilization is approaching 93%, so we're not really getting at those levels for a forced share recall or seeing these shares actually being forced to cover, which whoever is lending out these shares, they have the right to make shorts cover at any time and receive those shares back. So it's always a possibility, but we're going to have to see that share utilization go up to about 98 to 100% share utilization to actually see that happening. But we are still seeing a decent level of shares that are still available to be sold short. We are seeing that that hedge funds and institutions are actually taking those shares out on loan. The free float on loan at 21%. As we know, the short interest at 17.28%. That means that the short interest does have room to continue to climb to the upside, probably to about 20% in my personal opinion. And that is really where you're going to get financial media. You're going to get people start to talk about AMC and the short squeeze yet again, which, good publicity is bad publicity. Good publicity is always good publicity. So we do want people to talk about AMC. Definitely has an influence to the price. Now let's move on from that. Let's get into the key economic data we are waiting for coming at the end of the week. And this is going to be very important to AMC as well. So why it matters? Well, first off, I should say that we are waiting for the next U.S. jobs report. That could be a big win or a big downside for the overall market. But I do think it's going to be a win, and I do think pretty much either way it goes, it's going to be a win for the stock market. But why it matters? The Fed wants to know if the U.S. labor market has made substantial further progress, the vague threshold that would give the FOMC the confidence to dial back some of its emergency bond purchase programs. That is tapering, where they essentially stop buying as many bonds to support the overall market. It says, by the numbers, according to facts that economists believe U.S. employers added 756,500 jobs in August, which would be a slowdown from the 943,000 added in July. The unemployment rate is estimated to have fallen to 5.2% in August from 5.4% the month prior. So looking for the unemployment rate to come down a little bit, you're looking at a little bit less potential jobs that are going to be added to the economy. We're going to get this information coming 8:30 a.m. Eastern time on Friday. This is going to be very important because the Fed, like we already just read, they don't want to start slowing down on their bond purchases or even think about raising rates. Obviously, raising rates is hopefully a couple years away, if not middle of next year or 2023. But they have made substantial further progress. That means that more jobs are being added to the economy, that the unemployment rate is falling, and that inflation is remaining above 2% for a substantial amount of time. We know inflation is above 2% for a substantial amount of time. So they have already met that threshold. That is something that is kind of almost forcing their hands to do something if inflation does get worse. But that is really not what we're focusing on this jobs report. That's not what the overall stock market is going to be looking for this week. They are looking for these jobs to come in at either a high point, which would be a good thing for the overall economy as people are getting back to work, but it's going to be more reassurance that they're getting further substantial progress. So that could actually be seen as a bad thing. If jobs come in at the estimations at 756,000, that would be a decent thing, but actually the stock market may perform better if jobs come in a little bit lower, meaning that they may not be able to actually start tapering and start reducing their bond purchasing programs, and definitely not raise rates anytime soon. So overall, I think this data on Friday is going to be a win-win for the overall markets, and you're going to see an algorithmic trading boost happen in the overall markets like we did see the last time we got good data being reported. AMC went up over 10%. Wynn Resorts, the trade that we hit a massive winner on, went up about 7 to 8% in that day as well. So if you guys want to be part of the buy and sell alerts, check that out. Link down below in the description. There's also a free Discord chat as well, all about AMC stock. There's also 2 links linked down below for totally free stocks. There is a link for public. You get up to $70 in your choice free stock. It only takes about 3 minutes time to receive your free stock. No need to link a bank account or deposit a single dollar. They also do not use payment for order flow. As well as that, there's also a link down below for Webull. Get 4 free stocks, each of them potentially worth up to $2,400 when you use the link down below. That is definitely free money as well. Just deposit $100, get 4 free stocks. You can't go wrong by doing that. There's also a setting in Webull where you can turn off the availability for Webull to lend your shares out to be sold short or to do whatever they want with them. So I have turned that off myself. I recommend you guys do that as well. But that is all for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.